Jaja Praiseworth is an educator and the founder of the Education for Africa Foundation, where she leads projects that provide children and teenagers with access to quality education and life-shaping opportunities. Led by a deep passion for Nigeria's development, she studied political science, but soon transitioned into the education sector, believing that a nation is only as developed as its people. Ibuari is known for her drive in every space she steps into. She shows up fully, learns deeply, and gives her best. She believes the human brain is nothing if not teachable, adaptable, and capable of great things. Join me as we welcome Jaja Praiseworth.
You know how to speak well because you see you picked it up in school. In those 4 to 6 years, you equipped yourself to pick up the skill of talking well. They are not just a degree holder and you can't hold a conversation. That's not right. You come out from the university, you pick up digital skills. This laptop, you know how to use it well. The phone in your hand, you know how to use it well. That's when I can tell you that you've gotten an education. Not just limiting it to academics, writing tests, doing this one. You build up yourself in every possible way. You know how to handle money. You know digital literacy, emotional intelligence. As you're navigating your way through schools, you're navigating through your relationship with your lecturers, you're doing, that's building a skill. If you enter year one and you got feedback, oh, you don't know how to talk to people, you don't know how to relate, you're always fighting with people, the lecturer is not happy with you, he doesn't intentionally pick up these skills. If you get feedback, oh, you don't have to build relationship management skills, emotional intelligence, build those skills, read books. That is what it means to get an education, an institution of higher learning. That's what it's for. Don't limit yourself to just your course materials. For me, if I send my child to school, okay, further your education. I expect them to come out educated, not just to come out with a paper. I expect you to be able to talk well. I expect you to be able to hold a conversation. I expect you to be tech savvy. I expect things from you, substance, not paper. I expect you to have expanded your horizon to the point where you can go into a global university and not be overwhelmed because you read wide. That's what it means to get an education. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Hello, everyone. I want to say all protocols duly observed. You've read all my bio. What am I supposed to tell you now? But really, it's so good to be here. And I would like to speak down. So I would just want to, let me do my formalities now. Thank you so much, Petra, for having me come here and talk to everyone here. It's such a privilege to be here with you today. Can I come down now? So thank you so much, Yaka Initiative, for putting this together, for gathering young people and equipping them. Thank you. Okay, we have quite a number. But for those of you that have been here since yesterday, have you been learning a lot? Yes. You have. A random check. I want to find out about what you have been learning. Because I'm here to talk to you, I need to know lessons learned, previous knowledge, right? Review of previous knowledge, so that I know what I'm here to talk to you about. I'm hearing a voice here, and I want to spotlight him. Hello, were you here yesterday? No? Will you leave your phone for my session? Are you going to put it away? Thank you. Who wants to give me audience what you learned? Thank you. Okay, thanks.
Hello, ma.
Hello, please tell me your name.
My name is Princess Olumese. So yesterday I learned how to spend my time. That time is very important. I learned from Inioluwa. She's a baker. At the same time, she's also working. So she knows how to spend her time. If she's needed urgently in a place, she knows that she does her work earlier than that time. So I also learned from other people also. I also learned from Mr. I think Damilola he was teaching us about coding yesterday night. And I learned from our last...
I let her talk now. You was asking. Continue, you learned from...
I learned from our last scholar. She just graduated few
Okay.
months back. So she taught us how she like managed herself. She sells jewelry at the same time she studies, and she came out with the first class. So she taught us
Awesome.
how to
Whoop,
like
whoop.
balance everything together. So thank you. That's what I learned yesterday.
Thank you so much. Can we put our hands together for her? Now, I want a guy before I move on. Tell me what you have learned so far. You want to go? A guy. Don't point at others. Appoint your own self. A guy. My boys, my men, you people have to speak up. Oh. Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Good afternoon, ma. My name is Emmanuel. I learned yesterday. I learned how to take pictures. Yeah, during our videographing section, I learned how to take pictures. There are some. I don't know if I should go into it. There are some posture. There are some ways you need to put your camera, like the way the way you stand now. There's a way I will snap you. You will like it. So that's what I learned also. Thank you.
Can we clap for him? All right. I love that. Thank you so much. Okay. So you've been learning, you've been equipping yourselves, right? And some of us here, we are either already in the university, about to go into the university, maybe SS3, SS2, am I correct? Okay. And so everything you have been learning is highly relevant to you. Highly relevant. Today, I'm here to do something very simple. I'm here to talk to you about how to combine skill, talent, and education. How to combine what? Skill, talent, and education. Combining all these three things. Where do you go from here? You've learned a lot, you've picked up a lot, and now to wrap up, right? Petra, this is the final session, right? Okay. I'm just here to talk to you about how to bring it all together, how to navigate it, how to balance it all. The lady you see standing in front of you is built by skill, by talent, and by what? Education. That's how come I'm able to stand in front of you today to talk to you. That's it. And for some of us, like my friend there that was playing football. Are you still on? Are you still doing? Okay. You're using your phones. You're looking at this hall. You've attended this 2 days event. A lot of the things that you experience as a person here on earth, you get to experience it because certain people committed to an education, they committed to learning a skill, or they committed to exploring their talent and building it. Do you realize that? Do you know? Yes. Most of the things you enjoy, the beautiful clothes you wear, is because someone decided, I'm going to learn how to make clothes, and I'm going to learn it well. And then that person also combined it with an education so that they will learn critical thinking, structure, to be able to build up a sustainable clothing business. Do you understand where I'm going? So everything in life that you see, that you enjoy, that you experience is birthed from these three things. The wonderful music you listen to, all your faves, is because they chose to hone their talents, to get an education, to develop a skill. That's it. So by that, have I established relevance? Exactly. I've established relevance because once people stop picking up any of these three things, the world will stop moving forward. The world will stop moving forward. So this is something important you need to learn. So I have some facts here, just to set the foundation so that you understand the relevance of what you've been learning. The World Economic Forum reports that by 2030, over 1 billion people will need to reskill to stay relevant. Before you think too far, maybe 2030 is sounding far to you. 2030 is just about 5 years from now. It's not up to 5 years again, she. Oh, it's not. It's not. Next year is what? 2026. 2026. So don't think too far. It's not far anymore. People need to reskill to stay relevant. Then by 2025, that's just next year, 50% of all global workers will need new skills. So what you have been learning is seriously relevant. We didn't just bring you here to fill you with words, to keep you engaged during summer, during your free time. We brought you here to equip you. All right. Next slide. Understanding the trial. Skill, education, and talent. What is a talent? Talent is your natural inclination. What comes naturally? Who can sing here? Who can sing? Oh, you can sing. Do one riff for us, just small. Woo! That touched me. That's talent. Did you work for it? No, wait. Me, I cannot do that thing. Did you work for it?
Yes and no. I'm a natural, but then I have worked.
Okay. We'll get there. But that's talent. You see, she has talent. And some of you, naturally, you're funny. Do you realize that that's a talent? You don't struggle to be funny. Anywhere you find these people are just laughing. Anything you say is just funny. That's a talent. Some of you, like this my friend now that was playing football. Are you good in football? You don't buy market. I will call you. Do you play football well? Naturally, right? That's a talent. There's just some things that you're just naturally inclined to. Do you know that some people are naturally organized? Let's look at the type of talents that are not really spoken about. Some people are naturally organized. They just know how to structure things. That's a talent. Anything you have a natural inclination to is what? A talent. All right, it comes to you naturally. Then skill. Skill is learned through practice. Practice. To get skilled at anything, you may or may not have a natural inclination to it. You can pick up something and say, I want to learn, right? And then you get skilled at it. Don't worry, we'll go deeper in explaining it. But the most important thing you need to know about skill is that it needs practice, getting better, growing, learning. Then thirdly, you have education. And look what I said there. Education is the structure that refines both. It helps you sharpen your skill and shape your talent. Education is essential. It brings it all together. You see, whatever you do to either hone your talent, get better at your talent, or to either pick up a skill and practice it and get better at it, it's called an education. It's simply the process of learning, and we would still get there. So, like I said, mastering a skill is education, honing a talent is education, and every educated person must still build skill and uncover talents. So these three things are linked. They are not apart from themselves. They are not rivals. They are together. Next slide, please. All right. Now let's go into skill. Let's now understand. Now we know what a skill is, right? A skill is simply a bird in your hand. That's what I've chosen to call it here. And I want to paint a scenario for you. Just imagine, in fact, close your eyes and imagine this scenario. Right now, at this point in your life, your parents can no longer support you. You can't go to school. No, but people are not closing their eyes. I'm painting a scenario. Everybody close your eyes. Close your eyes and imagine that you have no support at all at this point in time. You can't afford to pay your fees. There is no job. There is nothing. Nobody has told you, oh yeah, come, let me put you in my office. You'll be doing this and that. You have no option. What can you do? If you need to figure out what to do by yourself, do you have any skill that you can point to that can help you through that tough season? Anyone? Answer me now. Anyone? Please tell me. First of all, how did the scenario make you feel?
I have quite a number of skills actually. I can bake and I can be fashion designer.
You're a fashion designer, you're a caterer, so you can never be stranded in that scenario, right? So you have something you can do. If all your support systems crash like this, that's why you need to think about a skill. Because in that scenario, if you are that person that has no bird at hand, that if they leave you like this, there is nothing you have picked up or learned or honed that you can use to support yourself. There's a problem. Do you realize that? There is a very big problem that as a human being, you cannot sustain yourself. Everyone I'm speaking to here is old enough to be able to have one thing. Everyone. All right. Now, what counts as a skill? Skills, like we established, there are things you have to learn and practice. So you can have digital skills, which are very essential and relevant in this age and time. And I'm sure you've picked up some of these skills. Someone talked about coding, photography and all of those things, editing, video editing. Those are still under digital skills. Design, coding, editing, right? They're hands-on skills, like your tailoring, your baking, your makeup, your, mesh printing, certain things that you do hands-on. All right, so as we're saying, hands-on skills, right? Those are skills that, like she said, fashion designing, fashion designing, baking, those are hands-on skills that you can choose to learn how to make something, how to do something with your own two hands. And the goal isn't to do, there's a final level of skill, which are soft skills. These are people-based skills. This thing I'm doing right now, do you know is a skill? To be able to come here and talk to you and get your attention and engage you. That's a skill. It's a skill of public speaking, right? There are people that have built their entire career just on this thing. They are training, they are improving themselves. Just to be global speakers. And they can go anywhere and talk about any subject. There are people that because they have trained themselves to speak so well, they are event anchors. That's a skill. It's a soft skill. So when they're organizing big events, the MCs, the hosts, those are people that have built that skill. There are a wide variety of skills, and I'm giving you the assignment. Go and research skills. Skills day. Plenty. If there's one thing the world is not lacking, it's skills. So you have to learn it. Is any skill useless? No. No skill is useless. Who is funny here? My guy, what's your name? Footballer? Yes. Edward. Is that your nickname or your name? What is your name? Adura. Okay. Adura.
Yes.
Okay, great. You said you're funny, right? No. You're funny. That's a skill that you can build. Right? You're naturally funny. Do you know that people, now that comedians earn big bucks? Comedians that have honed their craft. Some of them said maybe not all of them were naturally funny. Because you see this human brain, it can learn anything. Just put it to work. Trust me. You shock yourself. Once you commit to a thing, give it your time, give it dedication. If it's not working, shall leave it. But if you try and it's working, you can grow from there. That's my point. Right? No skill is useless. No skill is useless. Please, next slide. So there are some questions that you may be asking. Okay, so if I choose to learn a skill, if I choose to split my time in school, will I fall back? Will I fall back? Right? And trust me, it's a myth. If you have this question, don't worry. Everything you do in life is balancing. You see the same you are studying. When you go home, you have chores to do. When you have church you attend, or you're committed to the mosque. The truth is that your life has layers. Do you realize it? Even as you are seated here, your life has layers. You are juggling things already. So even the act of balancing things is a skill that you learn and you need in life. That you come out from an institution of higher learning and then you talk well. You'll know how to speak well because you see, you picked it up in school. In those 4 to 6 years, you equipped yourself to pick up the skill of talking well. They are not just a degree holder and you can't hold a conversation. That's not right. You come out from the university, you pick up digital skills. This laptop, you know how to use it well. The phone in your hand, you know how to use it well. That's when I can tell you that you've gotten an education. Not just limiting it to academics, writing tests, doing this one. You build up yourself in every possible way. You know how to handle money. You know digital literacy, emotional intelligence. As you're navigating your way through schools, you're navigating through your relationships with your lecturers, that's building a skill. If you enter year 1 and you got feedback, you don't know how to talk to people, you don't know how to relate, you're always fighting with people, your lecturer is not happy with you, I know some lecturers, they are very bad, but I'm just saying, right? Intentionally pick up these skills. If you get feedback, you don't have to build relationship management skills, emotional intelligence, build those skills, read books. That is what it means to get an education, an institution of higher learning. That's what it's for. Don't limit yourself to just your course materials. For me, if I send my child to school, okay, further your education. I expect them to come out educated, not just to come out with a paper. I expect you to be able to talk well. I expect you to be able to hold a conversation. I expect you to be tech savvy. I expect things from you, substance, not paper. I expect you to have expanded your horizon to the point where you can go into a global university and not be overwhelmed. Because you read wide. That's what it means to get an education. So just some statistics to stir you a bit, right? 60 plus Nigerian universities have added entrepreneurship and skill-based courses to their curriculum. Do you know that the universities are catching up? And 74% of Nigerian employers prefer candidates with digital and soft skills over just academic qualifications. See, degree is good. School is good because it gives you structure to actually get an education. But you see, what most people don't tell you is that you come out and that your degree, if you're not able to apply yourself, it means nothing. If you're not able to function within a work environment, that means you haven't even learned to use what you learned. To use the paper, the degree. Not a lot of people will ask you about your grade. I'm telling you the facts. That's the hard facts. Not a lot of people will ask you, did you get it first class, second class? Some of the opportunities that you even get when you leave school, most of them will be because of the skills you have picked up. Not even your degree in the first place. Most of them will be because of the skills you've picked up. Remember that statement and quote me later in life. All right. Now let's talk about talent. Talent is your starting point. For those of you that, have talent, I really admire people that have talents because I just feel like, see the riff now that she did. I'm just like, hey, God. you have a starting point, right? You have something to start with. But talent and skill are so beautifully intertwined because talent, like I said, is your starting point, but skill is what you make out of that talent. She could have discovered that she has the ability to sing and then just leave it. Do you know that you just keep reducing in your skill? Adura, is that true? Adura. You just keep reducing. If you have a natural talent for maybe, let's say, video games, you understand how they work. You know, you've even done video games competition. I mean, that's something, man. You want money and all that. But then you stop practicing. You don't play video games anymore. It reduces. That's what you need to know about talent. Talent must become a skill to be able to earn you any sort of income or be relevant to you in the long run. Okay? So, how do you even discover talent? How do I know what I'm naturally inclined to? Most people don't know what they are good at, really. Right? And one of the ways to discover talent is simple. Explore. Explore. You're in a phase in your life where you have time. You do have time. So explore. Sign up. Your school now, they be singing, oh, we have this club, oh, this club has started. Okay, this one is starting. And even most of you that signed up for this is just an example for Yaka initiative, this summer to remember. Sign up, look for initiatives like this, look for things like this. Because the more you explore, the more you can discover what you're good at. Okay? In school, I told you I did a lot of things. I stumbled into spoken word. Spoken word. I was an art student, right? I studied political science. And then we're having a dinner. And they said, oh, we're looking for things to fill the agenda. Can you do poetry? Can you do this? Who can do this? I said, oh, let me try. And, before, my poetry was just writing. So now, spoken word means you will come in front of an audience and you would speak your poetry in an emotive, capturing way. A spoken word, right? In a very creative way. And so I was like, oh, let me try. And I stumbled into it. After I did that first day, I did it. Not perfectly, but I did it. And I realized that I had something in me. I could actually talk well. I could engage people. I could hold that, right? And then I decided to explore it. That was how I found out that I could do spoken word poetry. I continued doing spoken word poetry until I got married. I earned from spoken word poetry. Yes, I did. And just look at how I discovered it. Explore, challenge yourself. In the university, you have clubs, drama, this one. Even if you're a science student, just sign up for things. Just explore. Science students, have you signed up for any hackathon, any competition to build anything? There are different things available now. You never know what you're naturally inclined to until you try. Okay? Discover yourself. Discover yourself. Music too. All of those things. Try. Do drama, do acting. Me too, I tried. Till now, I'm still trying. I'm still doing stage play. So just explore. Because it's by exploring that you'll be able to find what you're naturally inclined to. All right. Now, to the meat of the matter. How? You're telling me explore. You're telling me build skill. Pick up this, pick up that. How do I balance school, side hustle, and life? And this is where a lot of people get tired. They're just like, oh, I cannot come and kill myself and come and go and die. I cannot do that to myself. Let me just face book and let book face me, right? But like I said and like I've explained, it is not an either or. You need both skill and talent. So your disposition should be, how can I balance it? What are the things I need to know? What are the things I need to do? Because there are multiple things in multiple seasons, and you would need to learn the fine arts of balancing. As Nora Roberts insightfully puts it, she says, knowing which balls are made of rubber and which are made of glass is what makes life's balancing act meaningful and sustainable. Meaning that there is a technique to balancing things in life, right? There are things you need to do, things you need to prioritize in every season of your life, right? Knowing what to drop, knowing what to pick up, knowing what you can never drop. And should I shock you, learning a skill is a ball that you can never drop. Because all through life, you will need a skill. It's a ball that you can never drop. So now let's learn how to balance. Next slide. Right, practical tips for balance. Somebody talked about learning time management, right? So yes, budget your time. Have you ever heard the saying, time na money? Anybody? Or is it's not a Gen Z slang. What do Gen Z say? Huh? What do Gen Z say? Tell me now. You people made me to come up now. I can't interact with my audience. They're not talking to me again. What do Gen Z say that sounds like time na money? Huh? No time to take time. No time to check time. Hey, people. Why is your own going left? No time to check time, but my own is time na money. Time is a resource, and you have to budget it. You have to budget it. Some of us live our lives as though the time is really waiting for us, but time waits for nobody. Time waits for, at the end of this day now, this is how this day has gone. You will never come back to it. Do you realize that? You will never come back to this day. And one day like that has gone. You need to budget your time. If you need to use a planner, use a planner. I advise you to use a planner because in school, you can afford to, when you have classes, when you have certain activities. So budget your time. Use a planner. Write out everything that you have to do in a day. If you want to put time for football like Adura, put time for football. Even if it's 1 hour. He's tired. Even if it's 1 hour. But the point is plan. This is how you can balance. This is how you can make time for things, by planning and by budgeting your time. Plan your assignments, plan your work hours, even plan your hangouts, how to socialize. Because that's important too, right? Block out study time weekly. Because most people, the assumption you make, there's an illusion that you don't have time because you're not planning the time. That's the illusion. So the time has gone. You're like, there's no time. But you spent like 5 hours on Netflix. You say, more time. It's just a run. It's not running. It's you that are not utilizing it. Should I shock you? When you get yourself busy and plan your time, what you start saying is, Kai, there's... what you start saying is, Kai, can this clock just slow down? Do you know? You'll be asking time to slow down. When you get, somebody's agreeing with me. It's true. Because you are so busy and you've planned your time, you'll not be saying, one more time should slow down now. That's it. Number 2, multitask smartly. Multitask smartly. So I'm giving you tips that will help you accommodate skill learning, equipping yourself, exploring, finding your talent, that will help you accommodate it into your schedule. And one of the smartest ways to do that is to multitask smartly. Pair light tasks with heavy tasks. You can eat while watching a lecture, a YouTube course, a YouTube tutorial video. Do you know that? You don't have to always eat and be watching film. You can eat while watching a YouTube tutorial, an online course. Because eating is not a heavy task. It's automatic. You're putting food in your mouth. So your brain can accommodate something else. Right? And there are some other things you can do. When you're doing laundry, you can be listening to something educative. Right? If you want to watch film, when you are folding laundry, you can watch film. There are just some things that you can batch your time. You can batch your time so that you are ticking off some things off your list. Low effort tasks helps you to batch your time and you save mental energy for the big stuff. So, for instance, you've done online tutorial as you are listening to this, and you were listening to it and you were eating, right? That means at least you've equipped yourself. Let's say in a day now, you did, okay, online tutorial and eating. You've equipped yourself to a large extent. You can now say in the evening, I'll have time for study. But did you learn something that day that was outside study already? Yes, by batching that time. Then number 3, stay disciplined. Some of us, we are just lazy. That's the truth. I did not call anybody's name. But that's the truth. Adura, you will not remain lazy in Jesus' name. Do you want to ask a question? Oh. Some of us are just lazy. You give excuses. Adura, it's not good to be lazy. You have to be disciplined. Put out all those excuses. Apply yourself. Be disciplined. Hard work is important too. You want money? You want to make it big? You want to get, a good career going? All your faves you're admiring online, hard work. It's not easy to produce music. It's not easy to stay up developing the lyrics. Then it will become a hit and you'll be singing it and dancing. It's hard work. It's hard work. Even for something that you're talented at, hard work to make it good. So you have to apply yourself. You have to discipline yourself, right? Prioritize. It's not everything you have to show up for. It's not every hangout. It's not every event. It's not every social gathering. You have to learn to prioritize. What is important to you? You have 4 to 6 years of education. What is important to you? Let me tell you what is important to you. Academics is important. Everything educational is important first before any other thing. Everything educational. But then, the next level of importance is now you as a social person. Because the networks you make in school, they're also very important. So you also still have to prioritize like social gatherings and all. But just make a list of priority. If your parents sent you to school for 4 to 6 years, they're expecting you to come out fully educated. So everything education is your priority in school. Then after that, you now start friendships, relationships, and all those things. Right? You don't need to have a romantic relationship. I just said that. All right. The next slide. All right. Understand your seasons. Understand your seasons. In as much as you've learned skills, you're equipping yourself and all that, there are some seasons in school that are very crucial. You have your exam seasons. Nobody is saying that you cannot maybe stop a gig to focus on exam. Understand your seasons. If you need to, if it's absolutely necessary, understand your season. Pause the gig. Focus on exam. Pass the exams. After exam, you pick up from where you left off. And this brings me to another point, which is getting gigs that are largely within your control. It's very important. Remote opportunities. If you can explore that, a lot, get remote opportunities. Or if it has to be physical, then you can pick maybe a physical internship or something like that, right, that is closer to your school environment so that your academics is not suffering too. But just be wise about it. Understand your seasons. Understand your seasons. In your final year, you may say, oh yeah, let me reduce hustle. Let me reduce this because you know that you'll be dealing with projects. You'll be dealing with projects, you want to finish strong. So you can afford to pause on some things, right? Understand your season. Okay, I think I've covered it. Make time for yourself, really. Self-care is important. You don't want to go through school feeling like a zombie, like you just read, worked, because like I said, life will get busier. So make time to have fun. Go to some social gatherings, have fun, have friends, go to the movies. You're not a machine, you're a person. Live life, all right? And planning and balancing will help you do this. We can go to the next slide. Okay. Before we talk on this slide, I'll explain what this slide says. But I want you to understand that there are some harsh economic realities that is very important for you to get, right? Some harsh economic realities that is very important for you to understand. And, and I want to read that out to you. Just like a reality check. Like a reality check. I'm going to be reading out some statistics within the Nigerian job market space. Out of 10 young people you know, 5 may be unemployed right now. Out of 10 young people you know, 5 may be unemployed right now. That's half. And you know that may be more because data in Nigeria is not always very correct. Right? And then over 4.5 million graduates leave Nigerian schools every year. And get this part, fewer than 1 in 5 will get a job. Fewer than 1 in 5 will get a job. Fewer than 1 in 5 will get a job. You must have a skill. You must. You must. And it's not because they're not smart. It's not because they're not having first class. It's because the world is changing. The game has changed. You need skills, even within the workplace. Your degree may get you into that office, but you see, it's your skill that will make you stay relevant. In such a way that if they are doing job cuts, they will not cut you off. They will not drop you because of your skills. So please, your skills, your talent, your willingness to grow, it is not an option. It is a survival. It is a survival instinct. Having a skill right now is a survival instinct. So pick it up. Pick it up. Have multiple things. That initial scenario I pointed at you, I am asking you again. If there is absolutely no support system, no family member to give you kobo, what can you do to support yourself? No job, nothing. What can you do with your hands, with your brain, with the laptop that you have to support yourself? And I want us to take this beyond just me coming here to talk to you. Please, can we go to the next slide before we come back here? All right. I just want to paint another picture for you. This is what happens when you combine your skill, your talent, and your education. Right? Let's say you learn how to bake as a skill. And then your talents, maybe you're that person that you're naturally good with people or you're naturally organized, you just understand systems and structures, and you've honed that talent over time. And then, or you learned the soft skill of being good with people. And then your education, you learn business management, right? You pick up this in school. By the age of 21, you can run a thriving baking business. Just as you're leaving school or after school. During your NYC year, you can start it. Just by combining these 3 things. Just by combining these 3 things. So I want to urge you, and I want to make a call for everyone seated here to commit to learning a skill. Please let's go back to the commitment slide. So I want you to scan this. I see a lot of us with phones. Yaka, I want them to scan this. And I want them to, it's a form. They're going to fill a form and tell us the skill they are going to learn. If we can have people go around to support everyone to make sure that they do this exercise now, it'll take us less than maybe 5 minutes max. So did we all pick a skill? And you picked a timeline, right? Now, you picked a timeline, right? Yaka Initiative will follow up with you. My final slide. Anybody? All right. So I want to leave you with this, right? You stand to lose everything if you don't pick up a skill or hone your talents. Just always remember that first scenario. If they leave me like this, pata pata, no money in my bank account, no support system. What do I have that I can use to survive? Right? But you stand to gain something, maybe everything, if you learn a skill. Choose your stand. Lose or win. Thank you so much.